Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome to Daybreak Live on Dominion Television, your #1 destination for political clarity, bold conversations, and impactful stories. And I'm Samson Balogun.
And I'm Oluwayemi Adelakun. Whether you're getting ready for work, relaxing at home, or just tuning in, we've got the update and insight to keep you informed, empowered, and ready to take on the day.
All right, I will start this morning with Daybreak Gist, with a very hot topic right there, making waves. The U.S. has suspended visa processing for 75 countries, including Nigeria and Russia. Is this a measure of border control or something deeper?
That's a good question. And right after that, we'll bring you a detailed weather outlook across major cities, helping you plan your day with confidence.
And after that, we'll dive into newspaper headlines and analysis with public affairs analyst Oluwole Oluwaseun, who will help us unpack today's top stories and explore different angles in the newspaper.
And for our big story today, we spotlight the APC's statewide renewed hope rally. Is it genuine reconciliation or a carefully managed political makeover? We'll be discussing this with our guest, Honorable Molaja Olawi.
And of course, on Trend Watch this morning, we'll unpack the trending conversation shaping public opinions from politics to pulse of the street.
Definitely. This is Daybreak Live. Stay with us. We're just getting started this morning.
Just getting started.
Yes,
good morning to you, Yemi. Good to have you back.
Good morning, Samson. Same here.
You were here yesterday, but I wasn't, definitely.
Yeah,
I think it's a repeat of...
And it shows that you were not.
Maybe I had a little bit of, time to rest.
Rest, exactly. Yeah.
So there's something really interesting right here this morning, and it calls for concern, especially for Nigerians who are visa applicants across the country, as U.S. suspends visa processing for 75 countries, and Nigeria, Russia, they are both affected, and so many other countries. Out of 75, Nigeria is just one of them anyway. I mean, that's a very big one. Is it actual border control, or it has anything to do with pending issues this country is currently have with the United States of America?
It's really sad though, but then for people who studied Trump when the first time he was president of the United States, I don't think they'll be so surprised about, certain policies that, is bringing, to the fore, because, I mean, he's trying to amplify some of his past policies. And then if you go online, you see that a lot of Americans are celebrating to say, okay, at last, America first. And then according to the U.S. government, they're trying to say that, we are trying to do this to ensure that, we curb, over-dependence on welfare. Because according to the United States government, a lot of immigrants, they come over there and they depend so much on the welfare, and it's affecting them, according to, the reports that they have released, over time. And another issue is the fact that, the United States is trying to also reduce, immigrants from becoming public charge. And then according to them, they are also trying to, consolidate on their power before the election, domestic politics and the likes. But then, it's a lot to unpack, but then it's up to the United States. It's a sovereign country, and then at the end of the day, other countries might have to suffer for this. Speak about, students. Speak about students, maybe scholarship, or maybe you just want to go there to study for maybe master's or first degree and the likes. Speak about business people. We need to travel from one time, we need to travel frequently to the United States to do one thing or the other. And then talk about also people who want to visit. So it's a lot to unpack, and then it's touching, people across the continent, not just Africa. Now we have Albania, we have countries, in some parts, of Europe as well.
Right.
It's a lot. Let's talk about Russia too. And then we just have to deal with this at the end of the day, because, I mean, according to Trump, ever since he came back, he has invoked, something we call the Monroe Doctrine, and intensified it to say that, no other country should interfere in the affairs of the United States, but the United States can be part of other people's affairs when it comes to global politics. So I don't know how he's going to do that, but he's doing it already. And then a lot of Americans are celebrating Trump to see that, okay, America first, we must maintain this manifest destiny, to see that America is I don't want to use the word supreme now, but that's what it's looking like now, to say that, okay, America, no one should interfere in the affairs of America.
Big brother role,
exactly, that big brother role. And then because I think this happened initially when, at the time when the European countries, I'm speaking about the early 19th century now, around 1820s, that current president, decided to invoke what we call Monroe Doctrine, when some European countries were circling around the Latin American countries to say that it's looking like they want to recolonize this country. So America had to release that to say, okay, you have no right to do this. And so Trump is now intensifying that policy to say that, okay, we want to maintain our balance. We want to ensure that America is safe and America is standing tall. And we are not going to allow immigrants to now over-depend on our resources. And of course, so that's what I think is playing out now.
Just like you said, I think it's, Democrats are, usually more of immigrants, right? When the election period comes, you see more of immigrants voting for the Democrats, and that's one thing the Republicans wouldn't want to encourage about this morning, is the fact that the instruction, which takes effect from January 21st, orders American embassies and consulates to halt visa processing for nationals of at least 73 countries while authorities reassess the vetting process. It's not a big deal when you want to reassess, but the instruction now is, it's not like suspension, they are on suspension or anything. The instruction is to reject visa applications. So if you have paid, whether you have paid or you have not paid, it's not a problem. The most important thing is, even if you pay, nobody is giving you visa during this period. I mean, it has not even been stipulated how long that will be. So for Nigerians who have paid for visas, you know how much it costs to pay visa fees in this country. You pay agents who help you sort these things out, and then someone says, oh, because you are reassessing, your money has gone like that. I mean, so many people will be biting their nails right now, biting their fingers to say, look, we worked so hard to get these monies. And some people are they are so desperate to leave this country. What would be their position as it stands? It's a very big one. And you could remember, I think that was last year too, when something like this came up. Some people are saying there should be a symbiotic relationship with Nigeria and America, and even some other countries too, that once you have not been given visa, there should be something you get back from these monies you pay to them. So someone comes into Nigeria because Nigerians want to, the jackpot syndrome is there, parks all the money in dollars and then leaves. And what service are they rendering to Nigeria back? That's a very big question. Because if you check the statistics and how much it takes to Nigerians pay for visa fees across board countries, Europe, America, even Asia, in a year, it's a lot of money. But then how can we, nip this in the bud? Or maybe the government can have a relationship, bilateral relationship with other countries and says, look, if you are paying 300,000 as visa fee and you have not given this person visa, maybe even if it is 20% or 30% of what he or she has paid, should be returned back to this person. These are insinuations out there anyway.
Honestly, I think you're very spot on. And then I think I read a very funny tweet, and someone said, is this not the same, President Trump that is so concerned about Nigeria first?
Right.
The citizens will always come first, regardless of whatsoever it is, or maybe it's trying to help a certain country. And then one more thing is the fact that, we didn't just start with this, a pause in trying to, giving out visas to people. Just like you mentioned, there's no timeline. I remember there was a time, maybe around last year or maybe 2 years ago, that, before they give you the visa, you have to make your social media public. There are certain things you must do. So they must check your record if you have said certain things in the past that can actually affect you. So we should expect more policies from Trump, honestly, apart from all of those ones. I just want to believe that, this review process will not take so long, so that a lot of persons will not be, stranded, in terms of the students, in terms of people who want to visit, and of course, the business owners. So I don't know how this is going to play out, but then we just have to move on, because at the end of the day, Trump, in quote, he has, I don't know how he does it, but then he's a little bit Machiavellian in nature. He doesn't really care who is going to roll his eyes. But if he wants to do something, he's going to do it, and of course, he's going to continue to do whatever it is that he wants to do. He doesn't really care
most
about
of his policies are vetoed.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of authoritarian one way or the other, but because the American people, most of them love what he's doing at this time. Nobody's really complaining. If it had been someone else or taking some decisions that really did not sit well with the American people, I think there will be crisis as it stands. Now, I was talking about what it costs for Nigerians to apply for visas across board. According to a report published by This Day Live recently, about 75 billion naira per year is reportedly spent by Nigerians on non-refundable visa application fees to countries like the US, UK, Schengen states, Canada, China, India, Australia. This includes many rejected applications too. And also, for example, visas, B1, B2 tourist business visa cost about 299,700 naira in Nigeria. That's about $285 or thereabout per applicant. So, with hundreds of applicants daily, this revenue is estimated at over 21 billion naira a year. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
If these monies stay in the Nigerian economy, it's a lot. But how can you encourage Nigerians to stay in the country and remove the Japa syndrome, the Japa attitude, if the government has not done so much for the Nigerian people?
It's really sad. Just like you mentioned, not so many countries refund actually. Even the ones that refund, I'm not sure it's going to be easy, and so that's the problem. And for speaking about the Japa syndrome, see, now that this has happened, a lot of Nigerians and people from other countries are already looking for alternatives and the next country to travel to if US is not going to work. That tells you that a lot of persons just want to leave. They want to leave their current country.
You see a lot of people trying Canada now.
Exactly. A lot of Nigerians, they want to leave because they are looking for better opportunities out there, to make their lives better, greener pasture and the like. So I don't know why it's going to happen. I just want to hope that stricter policies will not come up going forward, especially when United States is moving closer to election period. Because if you follow Trump, he's the kind, just like I mentioned, is the kind of person that will take decisions and then he doesn't really care who is going to get angry or not. So we just need to move on. At the end of the day, one of our popular analysts on this show will always say that at the end of the day, whatever it is that Trump decides to do is the president, and that country is a sovereign country. So the other countries that are affected, we still have to move on. But then it's taking a toll on so many countries. Imagine 75 countries. Imagine, the cost. Imagine the emotional stress that they will go through. Imagine even if at all they want to process other countries, it's going to cost them more. So it's really sad, honestly.
Well, I just hope that we get to that stage in the country where no one really has to think of traveling. And when you think of traveling, it should be for leisure. We know some Nigerians just travel just to have fun. They don't care what you think about your visa fee. They can pay any amount. But then as long as you go to these countries, I mean, I'm talking about politicians now, you travel to these countries, you see what exactly is being done there, the rapid infrastructure, you know exactly what to do when you come back to Nigeria. And then it's a problem. When you come back, to replicate is now a problem. I don't know. Someone said something, I think that was day before yesterday. I want to remember exactly what he said. Okay. He said, are we allergic to growth in Nigeria as a country, or maybe in Africa? Let me put it that way, because African leaders will travel. In fact, they will enjoy this luxury when they travel. But then the problem is when they come back, they don't know what to do with these monies. And then you just hear billions and billions of naira leaving the coffers of the government to where exactly? We don't know. It's becoming a big problem here. And Nigerians will now begin to think that, even some Nigerians believe Nigeria is poor as a country. But then there are immense resources out there that could be converted into what we call basic infrastructures for the people: roads, network of roads, water, electricity. Nigerians are not asking for too much. They just want to survive. They just want to be comfortable. And that's it. I don't think if you bring about 30 or 40 Nigerians here now, I don't think more than 5 of them would want to be president someday. Some of them just want to be okay on their own and survive. But the truth is, the government will not do what exactly the people expect of them. And that's becoming a problem.
And that's why we keep recycling the same individuals when it comes to elections, general elections, governorship elections, because we have people that can actually know about it. We are talking about it now against the next election to say that, regardless of whatsoever it is, you have the power to change the government if you want to change it. So go and cast your vote and ensure that you vote for the right person according to you. So yes, we gain independence, truly, Nigeria as a country, but then the mindset, a lot of things, is wrong with the mindset of, and most Nigerians now, because you see, some Nigerians will tell you that it is better for them to borrow money, gather money, leave and go and study abroad. So,
some will sell everything.
They sell everything to go. And then, a lot of them are actually, doing well for themselves. Some of them will send money home. Okay, let me do this, let me do that, and the like. So it's really not about, what is going on in the country alone. It's about the mindset too. A lot of persons do not see, the goods in this country anymore. And you can't really blame them because of certain things that they can see that is quite apparent. So we must work on the mindset too. Yes, it's not looking good speaking about social amenities, speaking about a lot of things, healthcare system. Now we see our politicians, they rather spend millions of dollars abroad to take care of themselves rather than go to any hospital in Nigeria because they know what they actually put in place. So it is really sad, honestly.
Well, some will say the system is rigged against the average people. So it's just like that. You just spoke about healthcare, and I was checking a folder yesterday, and I saw a particular document that's talking about a particular woman who died because someone operated on her and forgot scissors in her stomach, and then that was how she died. I mean, that's medical negligence. That person could have been saved if someone did his or her job the right way. Well, I think
before you go, I think some of them we also need to talk about the mental health of these health workers.
They're overstretched.
Exactly, most of them, they work hours, they work days non-stop. So you can be intelligent too. I used to say this thing, let's even forget about ed sector. You can be very intelligent, but if you don't take rest, you discover that you don't perform the way you're supposed to perform.
You might not be productive.
Your brain will not work the way it's supposed to work. So no matter how intelligent you are, at some point in your life, you should take rest.
Take a break.
Honestly.
All right, that's exactly why we'll take a break and take a report on this show. This morning, I will be starting with the ancient metropolitan city of hospitality, Ibadan Southwest, to be precise. As we speak, weather currently feels like 31 degrees Celsius in Ibadan, Southwest this morning. Later in the morning, it will drop a little bit to 29 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy. It will be partly cloudy in the afternoon and evening at 36 degrees Celsius and 28 degrees Celsius respectively, while to return to being mostly cloudy at 25 degrees Celsius overnight in Ibadan today.
Okay, from Ibadan, let's cross over to Akure South, Ondo. This morning, weather feels like 24 degrees Celsius, and later is expected to rise to 28 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy, around 3%. In the afternoon, 34 degrees Celsius, midnight, 23 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy, around 7%. That's what we have for Akure South this morning.
All right, from Akure Equator to Ekiti this morning, Ekiti Southwest. Weather in Ekiti currently feels like 23 degrees Celsius, and later in the morning it will rise to 27 degrees Celsius while being partly cloudy. It will remain partly cloudy in the afternoon at 34 degrees Celsius at 0%, while in the evening it will be clear at 25 degrees Celsius, 4%, and overnight it will drop to 21 degrees Celsius, being partly cloudy at 3% in Ekiti today.
Okay, from Ekiti, let's cross over to Abuja, Federal Capital Territory. Weather feels like 25 degrees Celsius this morning, and later is expected to rise to 29 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy around 0%. In the afternoon, 35 degrees Celsius, mostly sunny around 0%. And in the evening, 27 degrees Celsius, mostly clear around 0%. And overnight, 24 degrees Celsius, clear around 0%, and that's what we have for Abuja this morning. All
right, before I join Yemi in the North Central this morning, let me take this one from the Center of Excellence, and that's talking about Lagos this morning. Weather in Lagos currently feels like 32 degrees Celsius, and later in the morning it will drop a little bit while being mostly cloudy at 29 degrees Celsius at 7%. It will rise to 31 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy at 3% in the afternoon, while in the evening it will be at 29 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy at 5%, and overnight it will be mostly clear, 27 degrees Celsius at 8% in Lagos today.
Okay, let's cross over to Port Harcourt, Rivers this morning. Weather feels like 25 degrees Celsius, and later this morning is expected to rise to 28 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy around 3%. In the afternoon, 31 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy around 18%. In the evening, 24 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy around 5%. And overnight, it drops to 22 degrees Celsius, cloudy around 3%. That's what we have for Port Harcourt, Rivers this morning.
All right, similarity in the North Central this morning. I'm talking about Abuja and Suleja, Niger State. Right now, weather in Suleja, same as Abuja at 25 degrees Celsius. It will rise to 30 degrees Celsius, just a degree higher than that of Abuja. It will be mostly sunny at 0%, while in the afternoon it will rise to 36 degrees Celsius, being sunny at 0%. It will be clear in the evening and overnight in Suleja, Niger State, later today at 27 degrees Celsius and 23 degrees Celsius, respectively.
Okay, let's cross over to Sokoto North this morning, where it feels like 22 degrees Celsius, and later is expected to rise to 25 degrees Celsius, sunny around 0%, in the afternoon 33 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy around 0%, and in the evening 25 degrees Celsius, mostly clear around 0%, overnight 21 degrees Celsius, and mostly clear around 0% as well. That's what we have for Sokoto North this morning.
All right, moving on. Lastly, on weather reports this morning, we'll take this one from Kano, Kano Municipal. Right now, weather currently feels like 16 degrees Celsius in Kano, and later in the morning it will rise to 24 degrees Celsius while being mostly sunny. It will remain mostly sunny at 0% and 31 degrees Celsius in the afternoon, while it will be partly cloudy in the evening at 23 degrees Celsius at 0%, and overnight it will be clear at 17 degrees Celsius at 0% in Kano today. And that's all we can take on weather reports this morning. And do well to link up with us on all socials: Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Dominion Broadcast, and on X, formerly Twitter, at Dominion Cast. You can watch us live on our website at www.dominion.org.ng. Do also link up with us on Facebook and YouTube at Dominion Broadcast. Drop your comments. We'll take them on this show. Let's go on a quick break. And when we return, we'll take the news. We'll be back.
Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event. With flexible rental options, cutting-edge equipment, and a supportive team, we provide the perfect environment for high-quality productions. Unleash your creativity. For bookings, email us at marketing@dominion.org.ng. Call us on 0705 506 1061 or 09 Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok at Dominion Broadcast, and on X at Dominion Cast. Book your space today. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
Good morning. This is Daybreak News on Dominion Television. My name is Oluwayemi Adelakun. The federal government has honored serving and retired Nigerian Army personnel for gallantry and service at the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day Gala Night in Abuja. According to the Army, the late Brigadier General Musa Alba received a gallantry award for leading troops during counter-insurgency operations in Borno State before he was killed in a terrorist ambush in November 2025. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Y.D. Shaibu, received the Service and Sacrifice Award. The President reaffirmed the government's support for the military and announced new initiatives to honor serving personnel and veterans. The federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, have signed a new agreement aimed at improving the quality and stability of Nigeria's university education system. The agreement, which replaces the 2009 part that led to repeated industrial actions, was signed at the TEDFON Conference Hall in Maitama, Abuja, and the Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Ahmad. ASU President, Professor Chris Piwuna, has said the union remains hopeful that the federal government will honor the new agreement without the need for strike threats. In the same vein, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has expressed concern over alleged mismanagement of funds and weak governance in some universities across the country. ASU President Professor Chris Piwuna raised the issue in Abuja at the unveiling of the 2025 agreement between the federal government and the union. He warned that poor governance structures were undermining accountability, stability, and academic standards, noting that weak implementation of university autonomy had allowed continued external interference in university administration. Now to security matters. The Oyo State Police Command has assured residents of adequate security amid concerns about alleged bandit activities. In an interview with Dominion News, Police Public Relations Officer DSP Olayinka Ayolade stated that there is no confirmed report of bandits in the state. He said the command is working with other security agencies to monitor the situation and protect lives and property. DSP Olayinka urged residents to remain calm and avoid panic, promising that security measures will be further strengthened to ensure the safety of all citizens. Away from that, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Oyo State Chapter, has announced February 9, 2026 as the start of the rotational movement of voter enrollment device machines across all 351 registration areas in the state. Resident Electoral Commissioner Professor Adeniro Tella said that the exercise marks the second phase of continuous voter registration aimed at expanding access to voter enrollment and strengthening voter education, stakeholder engagement, and political party regulation. Professor Tella emphasized INEC's commitment to safeguarding its autonomy and delivering credible elections. He added that security agencies, traditional leaders, and stakeholders would help ensure effective information dissemination and safety. He also noted that registration venues for the 50-day rotational schedule would be posted across each local government area, and the Commission's website remains unchanged. In business, the federal government has proposed spending 3.2 trillion naira on the construction and rehabilitation of federal roads in the 2026 budget, a sharp increase aimed at completing long-delayed highways and repairing key corridors nationwide. The allocation marks a nearly 489% rise compared to the 548.5 billion naira set aside for road project in 2024, and more than triples the 1 trillion naira provided in the 2025 budget for 468 federal roads. Officials said the move reflects the government's renewed commitment to fast-track inherited projects and flagship highway development across the country. And in sport, goalkeeper Yashin Bonu was the hero with 2 saves in the shootout as host Morocco beat Nigeria 4-2 on penalties to set up an Africa Cup of Nations final showdown this weekend with Senegal after a tense last-4 clash on Wednesday finished 0-0 at the end of extra time. Bono saved from Samuel Chukwueze and brilliantly from Bruno Oyemachi, allowing Yusuf N-Nasri to convert the winning kick and spark wide celebrations inside the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat. Morocco will now play Senegal on Sunday after the Lions of Teranga defeated Mohamed Salah's Egypt 1-0 in the other semi-final earlier thanks to a Sadio main goal. You can visit our website on www.dominion.org.ng to watch us live and interact with us. You can also follow us across our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn at Dominion Broadcast and X at Dominion Cast. That's Daybreak News. I'm Oluwayemi Adelakon saying thank you for watching and good morning.
Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event. With flexible rental options, cutting-edge equipment, and a supportive team, we provide the perfect environment for high-quality productions. Unleash your creativity. For bookings, email us at marketing@dominion.org.ng. Call us on 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok at Dominion Broadcast and on X at Dominioncast. Book your space today. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
And welcome you back. Thank you for staying with us this morning. This is Newspaper Headlines and Analysis. I'm Oluwayemi Adelako. I'm not alone in the studio this morning. I have with me Shem Oluwale, who is a public affairs analyst. Welcome on board this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, let's start from Daily Trust. I have this headline that says federal government approves 40% pay rise for lecturers, 1.7 million naira extra for professors annually. And I also read a story, that talks about the fact that a new part was signed, between ASU and federal government, especially, the 2009 agreement, a lot of amendment here and there to ensure that we do not see anything like ASU strike in the next, say, 5 years. So this new development now, 40% pay rise for lecturers. Do you think it will stop lecturers from leaving for other countries? Do you think it's enough to ensure that they stay back in their country? Because the education sector now, is a little bit weak because a lot of lecturers have left. Really.
Good morning once again. Concerning the issue of ASU, I think it's a very good thing now that we are now trying. The federal government is now trying to put a final stop, a final rest to the issues that have been coming up, that has been persisting. But now that the federal government has now actually decided to give them a pay rise, more than 40% pay rise now, that will now be meaningful to the pay they've been collecting before, even the lecturers, even professors now getting to earn more. I think that is enough. If we go by it, that is enough. And there are so many measures that will still be put in place to further stem the idea of it. It will definitely have a very good significance on lecturers' own idea of staying back to do their duties rather than just saying, okay, I'm moving out of the country, we are moving out to another place to do our duties and everything. Because the moment everything has been put in place for them to really, even concerning lecture theaters, everything concerning equipment, infrastructures, everything is being put in place. Why wouldn't any lecturer be happy to stay back? They would definitely be happy to stay back and perform their duties there rather than going to places where they are not quite sure of where. Most of these even lecturers going out, most of them don't end up lecturing.
What do you think they do over there?
There are so many jobs that some of them might even take up when they go. Because actually, if you take a look at, if we say we are taking a look at let's put into cognizance, into consideration, our educational sector. Over the years, it has been dwindling. It has been dwindling. So many countries will think, if this is the level of your educational quality over there, is that what you are bringing to them? Is that what so most of them don't actually go to lecture.
But we also seen lecturers who left Nigeria to start a new job as a lecturer, especially in the United States.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
But that will be at the higher level. Most of the lecturers that move that, does that, they are at the higher level.
You mean
maybe
professors?
doctors, professors, those PhD holders and everything. Not just little lecturers saying
Like
they want to
assistant
go.
lecturers.
Assistant lecturers.
Can we
no.
also talk about hiring new lecturers? Because I mean, a lot of them are overstretched for some department. I don't want to mention names now.
Of course, it is
you
better
see a
if
lecturer
we now.
taking about 4, 5 courses.
I think right about now we can see so many people now trying to. We now decide to go into the field of lecturing since things are now improving. Before, like, let's say teachers, for instance, if you ask anybody, would you like to teach, or would you like to be a teacher? No, as a teacher, okay, I would have become a teacher. How much are they collecting? But if the narratives can change concerning their upkeep and their well-being, you see a lot of people coming into the field. If we can only just change the narrative by giving back to these people, by making sure that their pay package are more buoyant now. So the narratives will change. We'll see more people coming into the lecturing field, picking up lecturing jobs and everything, since it is now robust and buoyant. That should happen.
Well, we look forward to that, and of course we look forward to absence of ASU strike in the next 5
That is
10
what we
years.
hope for. That is what we hope for, because this is what one of the agreements. This is what one of the agreements is out there to stem. Okay, don't even let us talk about it coming next year. This year again, by December, we are saying we want to have another sit-up with the federal government. There's something going to happen. No, let us, because it has been due, long overdue. That why can't we just sit down, see what is it, put a final stop to this thing? It can be done.
Okay, that's a good one. Let's talk about tax now. This headline on Daily Trust is saying federal government pauses on tax laws guidelines, cite uncertainty. Do you think this was rushed? Because there's also another headline, I think on Punch now, that is talking about the fact that Taiwo Oyedele, that's the president of the tax reform policy. He said that he's receiving threats. I mean, from people within Nigeria and even outside of Nigeria, based on this, tax, policies. There was even an issue recently, that the NRS had to come in because, I mean, these people could not understand, what the tax reforms are. And these are scholars, intelligent individuals. So what do you make of all of this? Do you think this was rushed, that we should have given it more time before actually said, okay, it's going to start, January 1st, 2026?
Concerning these reforms now, I think the public has, the public have not been well informed. Even the people that will oversee the policy, that will carry it out and everything, I don't think they are even well informed concerning the taxes.
But Taiwo Oyedele has been moving from one media house to another, trying to explain the complexities.
We have a lot of complexity concerning these tax reforms. Who is actually paying the tax? Where is the tax being derived from? What are the purpose of these taxes and everything? See, we have so much complexity concerning this tax. And I think we're starting this January. I think the tax was discussed middle of last year to be implemented early this year. I think we still have to take a time out to make it incubate, to incubate that idea into the people, that let it sink that these are what the tax reforms will be about. And this is where it's coming from. This is where because now, as it stands now, it seems as if we want to implement something that is not fully understandable. Even Taiwo Oyedele moving around, trying to tell people, trying to tell the media, explain to them, this is what the tax, people still don't get it. There are some policies that needs to be well implemented, well explained to the people before they can actually grab it. But as it stands now, most people don't even know where the tax is coming from them. How are you actually exactly are you looking at for the tax to be cut out from Nigerians? we don't actually know where you are looking at or where you are aiming at to actually derive the taxes from. So the complexity concerning the tax, I think, should not be rushed, should be explained much further. If we can still hold on to like March or April to fully implement it, then that would be better. But now that it is like this, that they think, I think we should hold on. They too know that maybe there are some things that have not been quite understandable. Some people don't quite get it.
Okay.
There are intricacies and complexities concerning this thing. Let us take time out to explain it, to trash it out with people. This is what we mean. This is what we hope to do. We intend to do with the taxes. So I think if they do that, put it on hold, try as much as possible to iron that out, then that would be lovely. That would be good.
Does it mean that the likes of Peter Obi, likes of Atiku are right to say that, okay, this whole thing was rushed? As a matter of fact, it should not happen at all. Nigerians are struggling. It's not the best time to say they should come and pay tax. Because Peter Obi, said recently that it should be suspended. Atiku, I mean, several times I've also said, okay, this tax reform will not work at this point in time. People are still struggling with a lot of things. So do you see this as a loophole? Because something funny is happening on Twitter now, on X now. Some Nigerians are saying, okay, maybe this might be a loophole for us. Maybe you can vote for other persons apart from the APC now, if they can assure us that they will put an end to this old tax situation.
Policies will come.
Okay.
And anytime any policy is brought up, anybody can talk about it the way they deem fit. Some people might politicize it. Some might say, okay, we have a negative impact on us, on everything. This is something that I think the presidency always fail to do whenever they are trying to implement any policy. Take your time out to really understand, to let people understand the benefit of all these policies you are bringing out.
Okay.
Not that when you are now trying to put it out, you will not meet a brick wall that will not tend to stop you in your tracks that, oh, let's wait a little bit. The moment you do that, people like Peter Obi, Atiku, and the other likes will come and tell you, didn't we tell you? Despite the fact that it might actually work at the end of the day. But you're not trying to say, okay, I'm bringing this thing out, oh, let's wait a little bit. Didn't you give it was it not well thought before you say you want to do it? So there will always, you are the ones creating the loopholes for yourself. The presidency, the ones making the policy. When you make a policy, take your time out to let it incubate and put it out. By the time you put it out, you not think, oh, let's put it on hold. I don't think we can actually, let's wait. Oh, there are some complexities concerning, there's an ambiguity here or something. People like that will always come out and tell you, didn't we tell you in the first place that it can't work and it shouldn't bring it up? Despite the fact that it might work. The presidency is not doing their own work well in the first place. It will create a loophole for them. And that is the loophole that we are trying to look at here now.
Okay.
That is being created now. Because the likes of Peter Obi and everybody are saying that, oh, it's not right for you to tax the people right now. Is this the people might have a positive impact? But now you're now coming out to say that, okay, I think we should put it on. No, that didn't we tell you that it would work? So I think before they put out any other policies or fresh policies out there, please take your time out to actually know what you want to do in the first place. Because if you don't do that, and you make a brick wall and you are stopping your tracks, and the people that have already complained about it will not tell you, didn't we tell you that it won't work? So by so doing, you are creating the loopholes for yourself.
Okay.
That's what is happening. That's what has just happened. It's not that the policy might actually be wrong or is totally wrong. No. But take your time out to implement policies before you are stopping your tracks.
Okay, I get it now. So let's cross over to Nigerian Tribune and let's talk about, Rivers State. I have this headline that says, Fubara, 2 more lawmakers withdraw support for impeachment. Around last week, 2 lawmakers, said they are no longer part of the impeachment. Yeah. And of course, recently, 2 more are saying, Fubara, we are sorry, you are no longer part of this impeachment process. What do you think is going on actually? Because a lot of Nigerians are saying, okay, maybe this is the hand of the president, trying to solve whatever it is that is going on, try to make sure that, because now that Fubara is in the APC, I mean, a lot of persons said, he defected to the APC for this reason, to ensure that, he's safe, because, according to him, PDP could not save him the first time, and that was what led to the whole 6 months. Exactly. So what do you make of all of this now? Now that 2 more are saying we are no longer part of this impeachment process, do you think this impeachment process will fail? And of course, Fubara will remain the governor? Do you think, I don't want to mention some names because these are speculations. A lot of persons are saying, okay, he has something to do with, his principle that's, Nyesom Wike, at this point in time. So what's your opinion on that, really?
Concerning the whole issue of impeachment and no impeachment, the news has been around for a while, but I think things will be managed. Will soon be managed, and I don't see the impeachment process coming through. Right from time, I don't see it. That before it even happened, I think the presidency or the new party that he joined, APC, might try and put a stop to it.
Okay.
That is my own speculation.
You have about 23 lawmakers on board.
Since they are now pulling out 2 by 2 or 3 by 3s, I still think we still have a number. We still have a very good number that will say, okay, let us all stop it, or let us put it through. But before it happens, I think there's going to be, there will be a sort of meeting to sort all this thing out. And I think it's because of his principle in the first place. There's some Wike and, but I don't see it coming through. I don't see it coming through. I still think the upper room there, or the upper chambers there, they will still intervene. They will still intervene. It's now that Fubara is with the ruling party. Now that Fubara is with the ruling party, and I think before that that process is even carried out, it will be stopped. It will be stopped. And I think that there's going to be an intervention from major stakeholders concerning, from APC and from the ruling party and everything. I don't see the impeachment actually coming through. I don't see it. In fact, I see it as something that has to put the governor on his toes. That has to put him on his toes. Maybe he needs to sit up. He himself has not been talking concerning the process that has been moved against him and his,
there was
and
a time
deputy.
He came out, he's speaking to some of the judges. He said, you all know the law, but you turn it upside down because of your taxpayers.
So let's just keep our fingers crossed. That's, to me, my own speculations and my own objectives, that this whole process, it won't come to be. It's just like a threat. It's just like a paper dog barking or something. So I don't actually see it. Now that 2 more lawmakers are now saying we are backing out. At the end of the day, you still see some of the other lawmakers too trying to back out, and they resolving the whole issue in the first place. I think it will be resolved.
Okay.
Whatever it is that have caused the impeachment process in the first place will be resolved, and it's not going to. It might not go well down with Wike in the first place, but it will be resolved. Okay.
Away from that, good luck to Fubara and of course to the people of Rivers State. Bless you. Let's talk about another peculiar state, which is Kano. I have this headline still in Nigerian Tribune that says, why Kano governor's defection to APC is delayed. Consultations affected by lesser urge. Our party members being forced to defect. And of course, Kwakanso, APC debunks claim. According to Kwakanso, he thinks that the party members are forced to defect to the APC. And a lot is going on, within that party now. As we speak now, there was a time that NNPP released a statement to say that Kwakanso will no longer get the ticket. Yeah. And Kwakanso several times have come out to say that if he's going to defect to another political party, they must be ready to either give him the presidency or the vice presidency. Now, what you make of all of this now? A lot of persons are saying, why should a governor win an election under a political party and then in few months or years he wants to defect to another political party? Is that a problem on the part of the political party or the person now?
if you notice very well, that in Nigeria, such ideas, okay, this kind of idea might not work in some other countries. You winning an election on the platform of a particular party and going to another political party. It's either, the way it should be, it's either you put that office aside because it is on this platform that you have gained that office, come into office. But here in Nigeria, it's a known thing that politicians do. You win a particular office from this party and you move to XYZ party. It shouldn't be. But here in Nigeria, that's the order of the day. That's the order of the day. So the idea of that governor winning that particular office on the platform of a particular party, now moving to, it has always been. This is not the first time that will happen. It's not the first time.
But should it continue? Because a lot of governors are saying, okay, I want to move to, or I move to the ruling party because I want to align with the center. Someone even said, I moved to the ruling party because I'm in love with the policies of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Whether
you are in love with the policies or not, that doesn't give you a clear-cut explanation that I want to join that party. That should, but now it is the order of the day here. That's what they do. That is our own politicians for you here. It might not go down well in other climates or in other climes, but that is what they do here. That is why our home politics, I will still say that our politicians, the way they handle politics in Nigeria, seems to be like a kind of a jungle thing. A jungle kind of ruling or running things. Anything goes down. You can win from this party, then on the other hand, pack all you and your followers to another party. Now, everybody, like Papa Suna said, if he's going to move to another party, he must be given the ticket. What about the people that are already there? I keep saying this. Even Peter Obi is saying the same thing at ADC. Atiku is saying the same thing. Everybody wants a ticket. So what is even the ideology of you people coming together in the first place to form that political party? For the ticket or for the people? That needs to be answered. So right here, we think we are just talking about Fubara. We just talked about Fubara now.
Yes.
Moving from PDP to APC. By causing kind of ripples between him and his principal. That is Wike in the first place. Because Wike still says, okay, I'm still in PDP. Despite working for the ruling party, for the center. Now the ruling party, that is APC. Despite being under the APC, taking up an office under the APC, which people say that is anti-party. But being called to serve, I don't think that is anti-party. But you aligning with them, with their... So there are so many ways in which we do things here that I would say that is the order of the day here in Nigeria.
Okay.
That's the order of the day. You can win from the Dominion TV and move to and move you and your people to another party.
And the constitution is not so rigid.
Yeah, it's not so rigid.
It
gives room to flexibility for them to move, to do as they do.
There's no political party in Nigeria without a constitution.
But are they so rigid? Are they so men with their constitution, with their laws, that will bar their office holders from moving to another party without consequences? The moment you leave our party, you leave that office. Is it so? No.
Their constitutions
or their laws and everything.
If you win under this party, you have no right to move to another party. But then interest will always come to play, and it will affect a lot of things.
That is it.
Exactly. Let's talk about sport now. Before we leave this morning, I have a set line that says, in Vanguard actually, Gallant Super Eagles crash out on penalties against Morocco. We were very close to winning that game.
Yeah.
Looking at the last game and the one that happened yesterday, what do you think changed?
I don't want to I've been seeing a lot of headlines concerning, or write-ups concerning the refereeing, the officiating, where we have almost 22 fouls being committed by the Moroccan side, and no single yellow card was issued out to them. That shows how bad the officiating can be, or that it is. So, but we tried our best anyway. Since we bowed out through penalties, I think we tried our best. Kudos to our boys anyway. But for future occurrences, official concerning almost everything we do, we tend to protect the host nation. Is it a must for the host nation to be protected while having any competition?
Okay.
Is it a must? Is it, I don't know how CAF will do things like, how they do things like that, or even FIFA, that you hosting, there's a special preference for you whenever you are having your match or you are contesting. That shouldn't be. Let everybody contest on their own platter. Let it be free for all. Not that one side will be protected with officiating while the other is left to the, is thrown out to the dogs.
So you think what happened yesterday was because of the officiating? Because a lot of Nigerians, even before the match was played, had issues with the fact that, the referee is a Ghanaian. And then some persons, said that let's be positive regardless of whether the referee is
regardless, let's say regardless. But that's the way it is.
Okay.
Let's call a spade a spade. The host nation will always be protected. Even before the start of the match, I was like telling people, see, I'm not expecting much from that match. We are coming against the host nation, and you should expect a lot of preference being given out to them.
Okay.
So that will always come out to play, and that will play against us. So the best we can do is play the game, let our boys play with their, let it be quality. Let there be quality in their form of play. That can always back us up. But without that, the host nation will always come out on tops. And it did. They did. So I never expected less or much from that. I expected much from the match anyway. It was even the fact that if we win, that would have been sheer luck.
Okay.
But now that we didn't win, thank God it went the way it has to go. So that's just the way it is.
Okay.
So,
I think it's a fine place to leave it, though. A lot of Nigerians are not happy about
what
happened.
Actually,
but then, just like you said, they tried. The players tried. And of course,
we tried our best. We tried.
Yeah.
We just look at the third place match and let's go for that.
Okay. It's a fine place to leave it this morning. A big thanks to you, Ashin Woluwole, for being a part of this particular segment. And of course, the audience, thank you for staying with us. We need to go on a short break. When we come back, we move on to Big Story. My name is Oluwalemi Adelakum. Good morning.
Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than a broadcast. This is the OB van difference. Live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live? Like never before. Book the OB van today and take your event to the world. One powerful broadcast at a time.
To book, call 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Email marketing@dominion.org.ng or visit our socials on Instagram @Dominion Broadcast.
Dominion Broadcast, your channel of choice.
All right, good morning and welcome to the big story on Daybreak Live, where we go beyond the headlines to interrogate the issues shaping power, governance, and political direction. Across all your states, the All Progressives Congress, APC, has just concluded a statewide renewed hope rally, projecting images of unity, reconciliation, and renewed purpose. All drivers appeared on the same podium. Long-standing grievances seemed momentarily buried. And the party sent a loud message. The APC is back, united, and ready to reclaim Oyo State. That's according to them. But beneath the applause and the carefully choreographed optics lies a critical question. Is this genuine reconciliation rooted in shared vision and ideology, or a temporary political makeover designed for electoral convenience? That is our big story today. APC's statewide renewed hope rally, genuine reconciliation, or carefully managed political makeover. Samson Balogun is my name, and thank you for joining us on the show this morning. Political history, both within Nigeria and beyond, teaches us that unity achieved for the camera does not always translate to unity sustained in governance or elections. Temporary reconciliations, when not anchored on trust, ideology, and internal justice, often collapse at the most critical moment. Candidate selection, power sharing, or post-election governance. For the APC in Oyo State, this distinction is crucial. The party's ambition to reclaim power depends not just on assembling familiar faces, but on healing deeply, and healing deep-seated wounds that date back to internal schism, contested primaries, defections, and ideological drift. A cosmetic reconciliation, no matter how impressive the rally or how loud the cheers, it risks reopening old faults once ambitions clash. Such a scenario could be disastrous, disgruntled stakeholders may quietly sabotage parties' efforts. Voter confidence could erode, and internal contradictions may hand political ammunition to opponents. In a state like Oyo State, where voters have shown increasing political awareness and independence, perceived insincerity can be more damaging than open division. This raises another pressing question. Should the People's Democratic Party, PDP, be worried by this newfound APC unity, or should it remain confident and unshaken? Is the rally a genuine truth, capable of altering the political balance, or simply a familiar pre-election ritual that fades once the real contest begins? Equally important is the APC's evolving relationship with core conservatives and ideological purists. As the party cuts wider alliances, absorbs former rivals, and embraces pragmatic politics, one must ask how much ideological erosion has occurred in the process, and at what point does political flexibility become ideological emptiness? And does that weaken or strengthen the party's appeal to voters who once believed in its founding principle? These are not abstract questions. They strike at the heart of party survival, voter trust, and the future of political direction of Oyo State. Thank you for joining me this morning. I have with me an APC chieftain who is going to help us make sense of what has happened. He was there. It was all through Oyo State during the rally. Let him tell us what exactly he feels about it.
Good morning, Samson. Thank you for having me here today. And for the viewer at home who are listening and watching us as well, I say good morning to you all as well.
You were with the APC?
Yes.
Throughout the rally?
No doubt about it.
You saw what has happened?
Of course.
Is it political makeover or it is genuine reconciliation?
For me to say it is not a makeover, but for the fact that all Aspire members are going for the same thing, to boot out the person who are now in power, who has been so, probably always about himself only, and probably, like they say, he doesn't listen to advice, and he doesn't want to carry people along. So what we are now going for is to make a change in our state.
Your party is busy romancing the conservative, and you're all progressives. What has changed? Has your ideology eroded? Or do we now have a party with ideological emptiness as we speak?
We have never had it like that. We have never had it like that, because for the certain part of it is that when you are talking about romance, we are all human, and we are meant to change at a particular point in time. If you tend to be rigid, that means you are not going nowhere. You are going nowhere. But you have to, the flexibility in politics is what we need. We don't need rigidity. So now, whether we romance them, whether they come to us, this is about free association, in which has been entrenched in the constitution that one can be able to join any party he or she likes at any point in time.
Even some people in the PDP, they have questioned the rally and say it is more or less like the usual pre-election show of strength. Do you consider it to be so?
No, not at all. This is about working. The workability of the member is what is now showing everywhere. Unlike PDP, or your state PDP, who just probably they won a jackpot. That is what I'm going to say.
How important is public display of unity right now? Is it just for optics, or does it actually win elections in Nigeria of today?
Of course, it does. It does.
We've seen people. It has happened before. The Oyo APC once had this good, until people like Bayo Adelabu left the party and joined another party to contest an election. And at some point, Teslim Volari was not a member of your party. He also moved in. What gives you an assurance that he's not going to move out?
Thank you very much. Like I said, we all free to come in and go out anytime. That is what politics is all about, and it's been there throughout the world. That is what people practice. But in this sense, the mistake we made, that was 2019 to 2023, is different, because there was a vacuum. We have a leader who, at a point in time, because of the COVID-19. He died.
Who is the leader of the APC?
Then it was late. Abiola Ajumobi.
Who is the leader of the APC?
APC now, but you
have too many leaders.
The leaders will come eventually.
Will your party eventually crumble?
Eventually, the leaders is going to come.
So you don't have a leader as we speak?
We do. We have many leaders.
Too many leaders.
We have many leaders who are coexisting and who are working for the same goals. That is what we need. It is not about autocracy. That is what is affecting PDP right now. Even in Lagos State, like we know Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that is the sole leader. At the same time, he have a lot of lieutenants. He doesn't just take sole decision on his own.
Does it mean that your APC has too many captains in the ship?
It is not about the captain. It's about people who have good style of leadership, who are ready to come together and be able to channel forward of where Oyo State is going.
Who were those who tore the party apart in the first place?
It is not about, it is about aspiration. When people aspire, there are a lot of people who have ambition in APC to become governor. Part of them is federal honorable from Mirakwa and Ido local government. And so many others. And so many others. They have aspiration.
Senator Fatai Buhari also is in the race.
Exactly. Fatai Buhari is there. So it is being unfair. By the time you are naming only Bayo Adilabu and Senator Teslim Kolawole Folani, all of them must go to the field. We are talking about fair and just. By the time they can be able to go to the field, let the party member choose whoever they want. In as much as they can be able to choose the member they want, you can see you see what happened in 2014 to 15. It's about fair and just.
Is your party still going to use delegates in the primary?
It is not. It is about member. We really want member. The constitution specifically said that it must be direct. We need direct election. You can see what is happening in a place like United States of America, where we copy this kind of democracy we are now practicing. But when you are now using the unwritten constitution of United England to be copied to a place whereby they use delegate, and the kind of delegate you use is so very expanded, massively expanded. So now by the time you are now using conservative ideology to this present democratic setup that we are practicing, I don't think it's fair. We don't need delegate. We need direct primary.
Some say your primaries will be about who has more money. And people like Barrister Abdurrahim Adebayo Shetu, they are also in the race. They want to contest. But some of them feel they don't have enough money as the buyers of your political party.
Whose fault is that? Democracy is not cheap anywhere in the world.
Should it really be about money?
It is not about. It is not.
Are you
cheap.
playing money back politics in your political party?
No. You are talking about the campaign. You are talking about. You are now talking about you are talking about media coming to your house when anybody wants to advertise or do anything. It is not going to be cheap. Are you going to give them free? It's about money. You can see for you to put out this and establish this. You don't, even if you are borrowed to do it, are you not going to pay back?
Does your party support expensive policy?
It is not expensive. I'm telling you, that is the way it's being practiced anywhere in the world.
Are you screening Hebrew hands out because they are not as rich?
It's not about screening. It's about you. When you are coming, you must.
You bring money.
Even if it's going to be from the member, I want it to be from the member. The donation to come from member, so member can be able to know who they choose and how they are going to be able to challenge the person.
Is Nigeria ready for that?
You say what?
Is Nigeria ready for that?
That
when party members contribute for the candidate?
That is why when you see the change in Electoral Act, it is now being entrenched that the money, the campaign money must seriously be but it is not fair because we are not practicing authoritarian or a kind of meritocracy for a single person to be deciding the future of a state or try to be deciding for the people. Why do we have it? Why was there a stretch in the constitution for you to have the governor and for the governor to be mandated to have executive council? If you don't have executive council, we have seen what is happening in our state. Whereby whether you are executive council, whether you are local government chairman, you don't have any say. All your decision is going to be made by only a single person. And that is not what we need in the state. That is not how we can progress.
Aside from candidate selection, another thing that will cause problem in any political party is power sharing. Is your party ready for that?
Yeah, I am scared. I am scared. Because when you are talking about the mighty people who are there, and I asked some of my friends that, how are we going to manage these mighty people? How are we going to share the power? And they said to me,
who takes how many commissioners? Just in case you win.
My friend told me that when we get to the bridge, we must know how to cross it.
What if the party does not get to the bridge?
We are going to get to the bridge. We are going to get to this bridge. Because we are expanding every day, and we can see that PDP in Oyo State is collapsing every day, and they become a party of leprosy. Nobody likes to be associated with them.
There are insinuations that renewed ambassadors across the country are most likely going to be candidates of the APC in the forthcoming election. Is that true?
No doubt. If it's so, it is not going to be just crossover. All of them are going to test their ability within the party members. If they can be able to win us all over, why not? But if not,
some say they were deliberately unpicked by the president.
It is not entrenched in the constitution. And Ashola Bola Ahmed Tinubu has never done that in Lagos. So why is he going to start doing right now? He's ready for Nigeria to go to be better, and is going to reform our electoral system. So that is what I know. What he has never done that before. So any insinuation, any kind of rumor, I don't believe that. I believe everybody has to take their might and strength and know how capable they are to be able to go forward.
In your political party, do you have people, about candidates, or potential candidates in your political party? Do you think any of them has what we call administrative capacity to lead Oyo State? I'm asking again.
Thank you. The resume is going to speak. I have been following a particular man who has been in the system, and he has been in managerial system for a very long time. And he has shown his capability by going from strength to strength. The position, he has never been relegated in his career's life, and he has never been stopped or stagnant at a particular place. He almost became the Central Bank of Nigeria governor until he resigned and came to participate in politics. And others, I don't know, they must be able to speak for themselves, or who you follow and who you know. Before, I was following Tegbe, Engineer Tegbe, and I saw his resume. I'm very impressed. He's one of the best as well. And he was low into other parties sometimes ago because he's not that strong in politics and he doesn't know much about politics. And he has come back to the progressive fold right now. And when we have those kind of people in our midst, trust, we have the best.
Now, let me ask you this question very quickly. Aside from your party might, your party is strong. You have the president on your side. Going to the election, that is not enough to win an election. You need public sympathy, public vote. What loopholes as the current governor and, of course, the PDP in Oyo State, what exactly have you seen as the loophole that you are ready to plug in to go into the next election? And do you think your party is playing opposition politics the way it should in Oyo State?
We have been doing that since 2019, and we have been so visible, and we have been so known, and all our questions, all our criticism is well seen. The problem we see in this administration is about egocentrism, and we are practicing democracy. People must be able to decide, and there must be gathering of people to take decision or make policy. But this is not so in Oyo State. We have been seeing a kind of totalitarian system of democracy, and which cannot work.
Some people will argue that with you.
I am
people of Oyo State love the governor.
I am ready.
They sing his praises.
You can be able to bring any of them and come for the challenge anytime. It is not. That is what is happening. We have seen somebody who, over time, they have been protesting about particular thing. Probably setback or no setback this time around.
On the Badasakura Road.
And yes, I heard about 2-3 days ago that the governor said he's so adamant that he's going to go out with it. And mind you, I don't know how they overrate governor all the time. I don't know why they overrate governor all the time.
Is it really being overrated?
They are being overrated.
People will argue that with you.
Late Ajimabi said he was lucky out of about 5 million people in our state to be single-handedly and singularly be nominated as a governor. He said 5 million people. Do you know if you have the power to be able to override those like 5 million people? If we are talking about the revolution of election revolution, whereby people are going to cast their vote, you will see the people were so cobweb, people were so, they are cheated because they believe, because they saw somebody else's face that probably is gentle, he doesn't talk, they think that is how good governance should be.
Whose fault is that? Is this not an indication that your party has not been playing opposition politics?
We do. We are good. We are good, and we have been established.
It is your job as a political party and opposition to let the people see the loopholes.
The acceptability is why you are going to know as well. We have 3 senators. We have probably about 6, 7 federal House of Assembly. For you to know that we were well established in Oyo State. We are there. We are strong.
Have you heard about Omitutun 3.0?
3.0, no doubt about it, is just only an aspiration or a dream. And when you get to there will be a certain time in your life that you are going to be a dreamer. And this is not a biblical Joseph the dreamer, because he tried his best. Now we have seen that PDP has split and it has been fragmented to so many pieces. And now the burden and the pressure is now on the man that make himself to be in that kind of box himself to that corner, to know that
the governor has firm belief in Omitutun 3.0.
It's a dream.
He has someone in mind.
It's a dream. It's a dream. He has been saying that.
Is the APC scared?
Scared. We are ready. I said he wasn't the best. He is not up to 6 number. The best among us in 2019. He took public sympathy. He took them for granted. And that is where he finds himself. Let him come with 3.5. Let him come with 3.20. We are ready for him all the time. We debate. Why not? If he show himself, let us debate. We are ready. So it's not about sentiment alone. The sentiment will take you to a certain stop, and it's going to stop there. And politics is not about you stopping. Politics is like a train. You must be going. You must be going. Whether you are damaged, there must be damage control. But now, Engineer Shebakide has been isolated politically in the system of your state.
We are still coming to his isolation, the way you put it. Now, in 2019, your party presented a candidate. Was that your best at that time?
It was the best. It was the best, and he proved it.
But he lost.
It lost. That is not my politics. Do you know how many times Abraham Lincoln lost election before he became a president of the United States of America? That is for you to know that election is not justified alone by it, whether how. Do you know that Senator Ajumobi lost in 2006 before he won 2011? For you to know, politics is like that.
If 2019 was a mistake, you presented a candidate in 2023. He lost. What happened?
In 2023, yes, because I was with a court party. And unfortunately...
And you also lost?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Your primary party lost and your secondary party lost at the time.
He was lucky because then it was even...
Is there anything like luck in politics?
You see, politics is about learning. When you eat a jackpot and you don't deserve it, at the end of the day, that is what is happening to Engineer Seyi Makinde right now. But now, if he is able to win that primary and he won election, I am telling you, you are going to see the best in him, because he has learned in a very hard way. And when you learn in a hard way, you are going to know where mistakes are coming and not. You are not just going to think you are a kind of a lord, or you are an emperor. You are not going to think yourself an emperor. You are going to have a lot of people. You are going to be able to share knowledge and hear their thought, how view when it comes to politics. And policy making it's not going to be any problem.
Some APC members like yourself, they have claimed that the PDP is sinking as a political party. Do you foresee the governor of Oyo State at one point or the other leaving that party to join another political party? And how much of a threat will that be if he joins a strong coalition?
You see, I don't care. I won't lie to you. But I knew it was a part of the problem of PDP. But I believe others must be able to learn from his mistakes, because it was an error when someone become thinking himself an emperor or an elected person to be able to represent people. Now, I love it, because if people don't learn from that, that means they are dead. You must know that anybody that got the ticket of APC in your state must be able to learn from Engineer Seyi Makinde. All his mistakes is not, the democracy is not about arrogancy. Democracy is not by authoritarian. Democracy is not by me alone. Democracy is when you put a lot of people together, put a lot of help together, and be able to navigate the best in them. So it should be a kind of lesson.
As a chieftain of the APC, you have a candidate in mind. You are working closely with an aspirant.
No doubt about that. And that is not a sin, and that is not offense, because you must you must stand in place and make people know what your mind is.
What if he doesn't secure the ticket?
The party goes as long as it is not going to be a quack emergency or a kind of 419 emergency.
And
this is not about.
If he leaves the party, what will happen?
It is not about. I told you. Asiwaju Ahmed Bola.
Are you for the party or the candidate?
I am for the party. Asiwaju.
But if he leaves, you follow it.
Thank you very much.
Just like you did in the last election, you went to a court party.
I did it when we went to ANPP. We are talking about just. How can world be at peace when there is no fairness and just? It is not about Adelabu alone. It's not about me. It's not about any other person. It's about young people coming up. Because if we don't reform this system at this point in time, if there is no internal democracy, there cannot be any success in Nigeria. Forget. We need internal democracy. The way it's been practiced in the United States of America. You can be able to join party within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and join the train, and be the part of people who are going to select candidates of probably Republican and Democrat. Why must Nigeria be different? Why must Nigeria be guided? Nigeria candidate shouldn't be guided. It must be decided. The fate of him securing any party ticket must be by the people or by the members.
Just before we go, Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, had an event at Molete recently. Molete Restoration Day, or what was that called?
Yep.
To what purpose does that help the APC? Because the owner of that particular base was a conservative. That was Chief Lamidi Adedibu, was a conservative, and is no more. Are you trying to bring his cohort into the APC so they work with you in the next election?
Ibadan are one. Anybody in Nigeria are one. Anybody in Nigeria are shared with each other one way or the other. Probably a cousin, probably a brother, probably an uncle, probably an auntie. We associate with each other whether you like it or not.
Some charge that event as cloud chasing.
He never went to a place like Shaki and be doing celebration for Michael Kolusho or whoever died or whoever is most important in that place. You are talking about Ibadan. They are family, whether you like it or not. Apart from party coloration, we are the same. So by the time you are looking at it, that you cannot say he's conservative. He late Adelabu joined Abiola what's it called? Bashorun Abiola when he was alive, when he was in SDP. Are you forgetting? Oloye Adelabu didn't do any house. He was in SDP. So associating him to be conservative is not an ideology.
Now, let me ask you this very quickly before we go, because it affects your party, affects every party in Nigeria. What are you doing about zoning structure in your state? Is it just about Ibadan? Will your party cede or maybe zone the gubernatorial ticket to other parts of the state, like Ogbomoso, Oyo, and Okeogun?
No. We don't get. We haven't get to that place right now. And the problem has to do with Nigeria in general. That is why I mean, like APC started with zoning. It was APC that started zoning. If you don't know, it wasn't a PDP ideology. PDP would just believe that probably is not. They should be carrying on, but because they want to be fair and just, that is where zoning was introduced in APC. APC introduced it, and when they introduced zoning, it's about the north and the south. They don't classify because in the constitution it talks about fair and fairness and justice. And this is what our logo, this is what our team talk about: peace, justice, and fairness. And that is what they introduced. But in Oyo State is not ripe for that.
Oyo State is not ripe for that.
It's not ripe for that right now. Let everybody go to the best are everywhere. The best is not always in Ibadan. By the time we are cooking it, it is going to be a problem.
You will continue to cook, and when you are done cooking, we'll see what your party is cooking. But that will be the convenient point to leave it today. We'll still talk about zoning in Oyo State and how it affects other regions when it comes to gubernatorial tickets in this street. Thank you, Honorable Mola Jolawe, for joining us on the show this morning. It has been a wonderful session with you. Now, as the dust settles on the renewed Hope Rally, the real test begins, not on the stage, but in the month ahead. Unity must move beyond symbolism to substance. Reconciliation must outlive ambition. And ideology must mean more than slogans. Whether the APC's show of strength becomes a foundation for lasting political revival, or another chapter in Nigeria's long history of temporary alliances, will depend on what follows next. And for the PDP, the choice is clear: panic prematurely or prepare strategically. These are two different things. That's the big story this morning. Samson Balogun is my name, and I'm glad you stayed with us. Join us again as we continue to ask the hard questions and hold power to our return. The show continues. We'll be back. Welcome back from that show break. The show is still Daybreak Live right here on Dominion Television, your channel of choice, where inspiration meets entertainment. Do well to link up with us on all socials: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Dominion Broadcast. And do not forget to drop your comments right there. It is time for Trend Watch, and Oluwayemi Adelakun is back in the studio. I'm glad to be back. Well done. Welcome back. Exactly. Okay, there's something interesting, and you wanted to talk about... And that's talking about Sinful Bara. We're still going back to Rivers State. I think there's something really interesting with Rivers. There's always something breaking. You have to see something on the pages of the newspaper. Definitely. I think it's because we have like very strong personalities in Rivers State. Not like we do not have. Just like someone would say, we love Rivers State as we speak. We love it. They are always giving us something to talk about. Exactly. So we have this headline from Daily Post, Nigeria, saying 2 more Rivers lawmakers join calls to drop impeachment against Governor Fubara. And of course, I think about last week, 2 lawmakers also said, you see, we are done.
And then, but then there's something very interesting about these two lawmakers, that, said something recently. They are saying that, some persons, the elders of the state have called them to actually, use diplomacy to solve what is going on. That, okay, yes, the governor might have violated, his constitutional, duties, or maybe the things they're supposed to do. But then, how can we solve the matter rather than, calling for his impeachment? And of course, I think it depends on the people of River State. I'm not a member of that state, and then so the politics, is dynamic now. Some persons are saying, okay, is it really about violation of constitution or about someone trying to do certain things? But then those ones are speculations at best. According to the lawmakers and of course the Speaker of the House, Martin Amawele, he said that the governor violated several laws, and then at the point he even said, should we resign? That was the question he was asking the House, because I watched a video where he was saying that, okay, if the governor should continue like this, should we resign as lawmakers if we cannot put the state in order moving forward? It's really sad going on.
It's a very sad one, but something was running through my mind when you read that. I think it's becoming quite clear that the Rivers people are getting tired of being on the pages of the newspaper for the wrong reasons, and the elders who seem to have gone silent for a long time, they seem to be back in the picture, trying to see how they can forestall any form of crisis ahead of the next election. But this isn't really about the election anymore. It's about stability in River State. And it's not just about one person. Nobody has a monopoly of followership, right? You can't, no matter how big you are in the system, and there are still some people who also have followers who also have a say in what happens, even though they don't talk much or they don't have as much followers. But if they come together, they might just win against that one person that feels or thinks he has, monopoly of followership in that particular place. And I think that's exactly what is coming on now. We will continue to see elders coming out to say, look, come here. This is what we have to do. Don't forget that every lawmaker has a traditional ruler in their different locations, in their different constituencies. And if they are called back home and say, look, it's either we recall you, because voters have the capacity, even the party has the capacity to recall, a lawmaker, even anyone, and say, look, we don't want you to represent us anymore. Just come back home. We want to put someone else there. And they should be wary of that. Even if, yes, constitutionally that has not really been done. But the truth is, when the next election comes, do you want to return to the floor of the house or you want to be forgotten? These are things these lawmakers will also do. Don't not forget that in politics, someone can use you today and dump you tomorrow. They are not even sure if they are, no matter how loyal they are to whoever is sponsoring them now. Right, that's the problem. No matter how loyal you are to the person that is sponsoring you right now or giving you instructions, it doesn't mean that it's going to give you the ticket to return the next election. So you have to be careful of how blindly loyal you are to someone. You cannot just follow one person dogmatically. You have to sit down and think of what purpose is this fight for me and for my people. So if it does not affect them positively, I don't see a reason why I should continue fighting for someone. Do not forget that you don't inherit enemies. You only consolidate and see how you can balance the equation between two warring parties. And I think that is what this set of we are for now. Don't be surprised when in the next maybe 2 or 3 months we have more people saying, look, we are tired of this whole issue. Let's just continue governance for the sake of the Rivers people.
Exactly. And then if they cannot have up to third majority, then it won't fly. Because, according to the Constitution, you need to third majority before. One more thing is, I think Fubara, weighed his options before pitching his tent with the APC. Because, he saw the future. He saw that, a lot of things might go wrong. And then, according to him, PDP could not save him the first time. So, he feels that, okay, the ruling party, and of course, I think, because of what happened, I'm not sure he had that access to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu before that whole thing happened. But then, that gave him the access to the president.
Conversation
exactly.
with
so he's now dealing with the president, and there was even a time they traveled together.
Right.
So he gave him access to the president, and then I think maybe in one way or the other, maybe the APC might really save him, according to him, because he's not really bothered.
You can imagine if he's not a member of the APC now, and all House of Assembly members in River State are members of APC. He'll be out of office in no time. Yeah. But now that he's a member of the APC, the APC will not sacrifice one of theirs. Because even if he's kicked out of office, who will assume the responsibility? It might likely be from another party. It's not even clear if that person would now love to join APC. So they have to maintain a balance now and keep their house in order. That's what I say in Rivers.
And then I think there's something Fubara knows that we don't know, that maybe Nigerians do not know, because he's surprisingly calm about the whole situation. He had an event on Sunday, and you need to hear the way he was talking. He's not talking like someone who is going through impeachment process. So maybe maybe there's something that he knows that, a lot of persons do not know. But good luck to him. But I know, even after this whole impeachment thing, something else will come up from Rivers State.
In fact, one thing that helped him earlier was his silence. Now he has suddenly gone out of his usual comfort zone of being silent to always, when he has the opportunity, these subtle jabs like that against, his...
Don't back in, don't back in.
Okay.